Hey, what's up, guys? First of all, I just want to say, if you haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, make sure you do that. And one of the things that I've taken consideration of thinking about is a lot of things that's been going on lately in the WWE, and I've been seeing a lot that I like, but I've been seeing a lot that I don't like. And one of the things that I think back about was 2002. 2002, there was a change in the landscape of WWE. They thought of doing a thing known as the brand split. And they had SmackDown, people on SmackDown, they had people on Raw. And this was around the time that SmackDown and Raw was really kicking it. Like, SmackDown back then was the show. It dominated Raw in 2003. And then in 2004, it was kind of where Raw was taking over. And then, 2005, you go from there. But you had the Ruthless Aggression era where, they had a brand split. And the reason why I brought up a brand split is because I titled this video, the reason why WWE needs a brand split again. You see, every amount of time there needs to be a change. You can only do for so much for so long. It gets really old and it gets really boring as time goes on. You don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. And one of the things that I like about the brand split was that there's some top talents on one show and they had top talents on the other show. They were consistently, both shows were consistently getting a lot of ratings. One of the reasons why SmackDown was dominating in 2003 was because Triple H was taking over the whole Raw, and that was just really irritating because he was the champion for nearly half of that year until Goldberg beat him for it, only for Goldberg to lose it to him just like 3 months after he won it. But I'm starting to see that they continuously have the same people go against each other over and over and over again. And you start to wonder, like, when are they going to change up? And you also think about the SmackDown crowd, too. I've thought a lot about them. And it's like now, you look at how SmackDown crowds were back then, and you listen to how it is now. They literally use edits almost just to even make you even hear the crowd. And even now, I look at Raw sometimes, and the crowd is dead. Like, what's up with that? That's what lets you know that what they're doing, the booking that they do sometimes, and sometimes it's not even about the booking. Sometimes the booking can be good. It can just be the crowd. It's like the generation of people that surpassed back in the Attitude Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, most of them are grown now, especially the Attitude Era. And they don't really, it's not the same pop as it used to be. And we pretty much know why this is. It's a lot of reasons for that. And, one of the things about the brand split was it made a lot of sense. And it really worked because you put certain people on one show, you put certain people on the other show, and they never coincided with each other for the most part until around 2006, 2007, when the pay-per-view started being like on the same pay-per-view and stuff, when SmackDown Raw had pay-per-views the same, like wasn't just always Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, and WrestleMania and Survivor Series. It started being everything. But it was more successful then than how it is now. You listen to the crowds now, they're really dead. SmackDown really doesn't even have a crowd. It's like SmackDown has gotten so bad. They really need to change. They really need to start, taking people and doing drafts again and drafting people to SmackDown because, they really need some actual pop, and the thing about NXT is the reason why NXT is doing so well is because of the person who's doing the booking for it. But for NXT, I would say that But see, they wouldn't do this because most people that's in NXT, they get called up to the main roster. So they're not just going to have a draft and take them to the main roster. They get called up to it. I was going to say, like, because of how well NXT is doing, it would help a lot, you know, if people from NXT was on SmackDown, Raw. It would help a lot. It can do a lot with the ratings. You can already see people like Kevin Owens, what he's doing. You know, they bought Sami Zayn. It's people like that who can make a change in both shows. Because right now, SmackDown, especially SmackDown, is going through a really major crisis. They are not getting any crowd reactions for the most part. And some of the matches actually be good, but they still don't really get crowd reactions. And it's just ridiculous. Like, there was a time where you could actually hear the crowd. And part of the reason for that is because SmackDown was not live. And I always figured, you know, I always thought, you know, in a way I always felt like they need to make SmackDown live. Because I just find it absolutely ridiculous that it's gotten to the point where almost every SmackDown people say is boring. There's no point in looking at it. There was the SmackDowns back then where you used to, you know, love it because it was so energetic. You had all your favorite stars, but they're all gone now. And it's like consistently having people wrestle both on SmackDown and Raw, it's not working anymore. There was a time where that was successful. But as I said before, with any and everything, something, you know, everything's got to come to an end. And after a while, you kind of just sit back and like, okay, we need to change the direction. We need to make a difference. Because WWE really needs a brand split, in my opinion. And again, you don't have to agree with me with this or agree with the reasons of why I think this. But the WWE, indeed, they do need a brand split because I think it would do a lot more for them. I think it can kind of boost the ratings on SmackDown because SmackDown, a lot of people are not looking at it anymore. Even I can't really look at it anymore because it's like it doesn't have the same feed that it used to have, where you just would love to watch it. And you can't blame these people for leaving or for, you know, for why they left, you know, because you just never know. But it's not the same way it used to be. And it's not that they can't make it that way, because there was some good matches I can mention in the PG era that took place in SmackDown. There's no doubt about it. It's like in recent years, they've kind of gotten low. It's like they, you know, you don't really, for SmackDown, it's not the same prestige it was. This is another reason why I didn't like when they unified the titles. This is why I like it when they kept WWE Championship on Raw and the World Heavyweight Championship on SmackDown. This is why I like that. Because it just, now that you're just fighting for one championship, I don't like that. I didn't like when they first did it, when they unified the titles. That's why I don't want the Intercontinental title and the United States title to get unified. I just want it to be separated. There is no reason why those titles should be unified. There was one thing when the tag team title was unified, I didn't really say anything. But for these titles, I didn't like when they first unified them at all. And, you know, it's like that right there was annoying because, you know, now they only do one Money in the Bank and they used to do 2 Money in the Banks. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a huge, huge difference. Now, one of the things I do highly miss is when they used to do Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, but they stopped doing it ever since Jack Swagger won it. It was a lot more better then. But I really think that the WWE, and like I said, the reason why I believe they need a brand split because a lot of you people know that SmackDown, it's not getting a lot of views as it used to. You know, people still watch it, and but the reason why I don't watch it now, most times I gotta be busy, but it's like, it's not really getting that many views anymore. It's not selling as well. There, you have the crowd, half of the some of the rows be empty. That's how bad it's getting. And even on Raw, on Monday Night Raw, that's live every day, they are losing viewers sometimes because of stuff that happens. And I just feel like if they can make a change, because like I said, you can only do for so much. You can't have the same face of the company for numerous amount of years because it gets boring. You can't have the same era going for forever because it gets boring. It's like after a while, you just have to change. You have to change the route that you go. And as far as, this right here, they need this because this could make a huge, major change in the direction of SmackDown and Monday Night Raw, and more people will probably watch it. Now, would it mean anything now? I don't know, because see, we only got one championship. So now it kind of be screwed over if they make a brand split because they only got one championship because they freaking unified it together. If they had brought it back to how it used to be, with championship on one show and on the other, it would have done a lot better. Because I feel like having Shane, if since Shane had won and beat Undertaker, if he took over Raw, have him, do what he does on there, and if somebody takes over SmackDown, it could be a really successful run. And, one of the things about Triple H that I kind of find crazy, that he does this with NXT, but he doesn't really do this with Monday Night Raw SmackDown, is when he's with NXT, he does some really good booking. Now, I don't know. Now, me personally, I'm not going to say he's the guy who mainly books it because I know someone else that books it. But whoever books it, regardless, does a really heck of a job. And I just wish that SmackDown Raw was like this. And sometimes it has, but a lot now it hasn't. And we can see why. They need a change. They really do. They need to do something to get SmackDown back to how it used to be. And I know it's not going to be an easy process, because this isn't the same group of audience that it once was. But it's just a thing of, you can't keep doing the same thing. You can't keep having the same people wrestle each other. You can't keep having the same storylines going on over and over, or keep rebuild. Because another thing I noticed is that they tend to like to bring back storylines that took place a while back, that months ago or something. They bring it back. You can't keep doing that. It just really gets annoying. One of the things about SmackDown, like I said, is that now half the time they don't even really have audience. The audience is like nearly always dead on SmackDown, and it's crazy. But that's what has happened. When you broke up groups like Shield, like the Shield, when you stop having a lot of people wrestle there, it just really made a big change. And I think they most definitely need a brand split, because it can maybe bring a little bit more prestige back. I would even love it if they had championships back for both shows, but they would never do that again because they already unified them. But it's just those kind of things. I absolutely loved it when it was like that, but now sadly, it's just not the same anymore. And even, like I said, a lot of times, even Raw's not the same anymore because the crowds be dead. They need to do something to sort of get it back in that way. Like I said, and I think the brand split would be perfect for it, because you can put certain wrestlers, certain absolutely incredible talents on one show, have the other talents on the other show, and they can really sell out well. That's what they need to do. Now, this all depends on Vince, but this is one of the reasons why I said I don't even know how much longer I would even be happy with him even running a company, because some of the stuff he's doing. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, please make sure you do that. And I'll talk to you guys another day. Peace.